Don't not
What is up? What is going on, people? Welcome back to another episode of the O.O.C. Wednesday night with my homies, Roberto in the house, JG. Roberto, where can the people find you, sir?
They can find me right here Wednesday nights, 9 o'clock with my boys, them, and an occasional guest once in a while.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then we have the hype man of the year. He should get a reward for it. JG, what we doing, brother?
JG Shaolin Terrific, the undefeated, undisputed final boss of the 36 champs of Shaolin. Why? Thank y'all for tuning in right here live Wednesday night on the O.O.C. with the host Nzo, aka the Abbot, and the Osiris of the shit, the Spliff King, and the Professor of Gunja, alongside the co-host Roberto, aka Mr. 100, aka No Trouble Did Anything Gonna Be Irie. No woman, no cry. Bop,
Muted.
Friday nights, check out our tournaments when we have them. And Saturday, Square One with the host Danny, the amazing, the outstanding, the charismatic, always man of the hour. Dr. Say's the illest because he suffers from realness. If you smell what Danny is cooking. And the Penguin Live watch parties are over, but we got Creature Commandos coming on Sunday nights, prime time, with my brother from another mother, Superwise, LPCP in Nueva York.
Superwise? You didn't say his name.
Yes, I did. Superwise.
No, you must have chipped out because you just said the Spanish part and then it
was I was gonna say, what's that shit you say at the end? Is that Spanish?
Yeah. LPCP in New York. Yeah.
Look at you, man.
President of New York. Yeah.
You Puerto Rican? Because I don't know.
Cuban.
We've been doing this show. Oh, so speaking off topic of Cuba, what's up with you guys? You guys drafted and shit?
Yeah, I was born in America. I don't know shit about it.
Just watch this, JG.
No, but it's a lot of. I know there's a huge electrical crisis going on over there.
Yeah, your generator blew. The whole fucking country has no electricity. You believe that shit, Nzo?
It's crazy, dude. Like,
the whole country.
Stop it.
No electricity. The whole country for days, yo.
Stop.
The average cost.
Wait, what?
A person makes a month is $16 to $26.
Yeah.
So imagine living off of that with no electricity.
So watch this, Nzo. We go on a trip to Cuba, me and the fam, you know, and we're going in. Mm-hmm. So they try and intimidate you and shit when you go through their customs. They put you in like this box. They have a mirror over the top of your head, and she's like sitting low, like she's looking up at you like you're a monster and shit, right? So I'm going in the country. I have no fear. I pass through Canada. Everything's good, you know. She goes to me, where you from? She has my passport open right in front of her. Mm-hmm. It says fucking Canada. I say, I'm from Canada. She goes, no. Where are you from? I said, Canada. So I said, oh, this wants to play tennis. Where you from? Canada. Where you from? Canada. I just kept returning this shit, you know? Mm-hmm. Okay, hold on 1 minute. She goes in the back. I look over at my wife, like, you believe this shit I'm going through? Here comes El Jefe now. This man, I swear to God, he was a baseball player. This guy was massive, Nzo. Mm-hmm. Now I'm intimidated. Where you from? I threw the same fucking thing right back at him. Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Where you from? Like he's changing his tone and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Montreal, Canada. So now this shit is starting to get serious. And I'm like, hold on. I'm trying to get in your country and I'm having a hard time. What's going to happen when I leave? You think I'm some defectee or something? It says I'm born in Canada. So finally my wife has to say, you know, his roots is Jamaican and blase. And sure enough, that got me in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah?
But saying where I'm from and where it says on my passport, all my identification, telling the truth gets you third-degree interrogation.
I said, I don't give a fuck if Denzel Washington is in Black Panther 3. They could have cast Obama and still would be trash like the first one.
You
Ain't
always got to
watching it.
come in with this harassing stuff, man.
Like, who the fuck talking about Black Panther
Nobody
3?
said
Like,
anything about Black Panther, you
like
bald bastard.
JG, Roberto, do you guys see a topic on there that says Black Panther 3?
I was just going
I
to
don't even
say,
see black.
did this man come in here and determining the topic we talk about?
That's what
What
I
it
told you.
seems
Nerd
like
man
to me.
harasses everywhere he goes. He just harasses people.
I have to agree with it this time, Nerd Man. You're taking it a bit too far, man. We ain't talking about no Black Panther 3.
You know what I mean? Like,
we're talking about Cuba, the place you got to visit when they have electricity.
I mean, you go to the right parts, it is nice. I went once. We went to Mexico though, so it was a little easier.
Can I stay on the Cuba topic? I'll just throw this in there.
Yeah, go ahead.
First time I went with the fam, we stayed in Veradero.
Nice.
Very touristic. In all honesty, no disrespect, JG, but I didn't want to go back to Cuba after that trip because, you know, standing there with 4 or 5 bottles of rum and seeing a family pass you on a scooter, you know, it's kind of hard to enjoy the currency exchange and, you know, getting the cigars and everything, and you see families struggling over there, you know?
It is. If you go there for say the architecture, because there's beautiful architecture, you know, those old buildings, see those old cars, but it's just a lot of poor people there because people don't make any money. The food in those restaurants, they're pretty horrible. But I got to give it to a lot of people because even though they're suffering a lot, they still make the best out of the situation. So,
well, I didn't get to part 2 of my Cuba trip.
Oh, go ahead. Go, my bad.
My second trip, I went with my boys from hockey, and we rented an Airbnb villa in this town, which was 10 minutes out from Havana. That trip, that trip was 6-star. Not only did we almost basically get pulled on a donkey and a wagon, we found this restaurant, Nzo. My man had Montreal Canadian flag on his wall. He had flags from all over the world. He had one of them wood ovens making flat pizza. Yo, it was one of the best pizza I've ever eaten. And we were 12 people. We had maybe 40 mojitos and beer and all. The bill came to $100 and something. If I tell you, we bought all the beer because our villa was right next to a club, a block and a half away. We went there in the morning and bought all their beer, Nzo. They were tripping. And filled up our fridges.
Nerman said, I want to go to Cuba. You saying I shouldn't go?
No, I'm saying go.
Just don't let me know when you go so I don't go.
So, by the way, I'm working on a video called Stop Blaming Kamala for Trump Win. And it's the MCU's fault. Of course it was, Nerdman. Of course. I swear. I don't know why I put up with this guy. I really don't. I need to block him from my channel, and this guy will never be back again because it just, you know what I mean? First off, he's always in here dissing up JG and shit. You know what I mean? And JG's fam, you know, we stick together. So I can diss JG. I can call him a mooch and I can call him all of those things. You know what I mean? I can do that. He's on the stream with me constantly. You know what I mean? But I ain't not going to let no bald head panty raider come in here and just talk about JG like that. That's not happening. Not at all. Not at all. But guys, I appreciate everybody that comes in here to check out the O.O.C tonight. We got some good topics up on the board, and you know how we do. Got a few little things, side things that I wanted to talk about. I want to show this video here. When I seen this, I was like, "Yep, I would have did the exact same thing." Let's bring it up.
It's not until he says the person's name for when things get creepy. Take a look.
Dispatch to 329.
The hell?
329, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to a lady. I saw her walking by the store and she said she's looking for Mr. Griffin. Her name is Miss Abigail.
Did you say Miss Abigail?
Yes, ma'am. She says she wants to see Mr. Griffin, and I told her that the canvas is closed, that she should come tomorrow morning, and she might see Mr. Griffin.
Are you sure you're saying Miss Abigail? Like, she's been passed on for 2 years now.
Take a breath.
Thank you. Oh wait, did the video stop?
Freeze?
Yeah, it froze or something.
Oh yeah, it did freeze. Shit. Hold on, I gotta find the video. Something happened there. Give me a second. Anyways, he says, "What do you mean? There's no woman here in front of me?" And she's like, "No." And then he starts to run away. So yeah, I don't know why the video don't play like that,
Too
but
bad we couldn't see that.
you know, I'll try and find it before fix it before the stream is over. I don't know why I did that, but yeah, it's a crazy video, guys. Next up we have, and this one really pissed me off, right? Because I was like, yo, why would you even do some stupid shit like this? Watch this, guys. I'm gonna try and find that video. There's no sound. Actually, there should be sound on this video. Oh, here we go.
What happened?
Hold on. You'll see.
Oh my God. That was easy. How do you do it? You guys both Ready? Ready?
It's a marshmallow, right?
Oh.
I don't find that funny.
Oh my God.
He laughing and shit, but I don't find that funny.
What happened to her? Egg cracking her mouth and she's throwing up?
Huh?
You could have
Egg cracked in her mouth and she's throwing up?
Well, he dropped. She thought it was a. She thought it was a marshmallow, and it was an egg.
Oh.
Right. So the first two, as you see, he's dropping the marshmallow. She catches it. She catches the marshmallow. The next one here is an egg. And he's laughing like that's funny, but the egg cracked in her mouth, and you know how many fucking shells could have dropped down in her throat? And he's laughing like it's funny. That's why she's hacking up like that. I'm like, some of these pranksters, they just go around and do stupid shit like this, and it's off the fucking chain. There's this dude that's in, I think it's in Thailand, right? And he was going around there making jokes about them and shit and harassing them, touching up the women them, and now the man could face 10 years in jail.
Oh yeah, I knew that black guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Sylvester Stallone would be like, throw 2 more. Well, I don't know, man. I just like, at the end of the day, when you do want to do pranks, you can do pranks, but certain pranks just ain't funny. You know what I mean? Those ones where the guys go in the hood and act all stupid and shit. Like there was one. Did you see the Michael Myers one?
The wife goes off on. See,
The guy goes in the hood
man.
dressed up as Michael Myers, and he with this dude, and the dude's like, "Come, step to me," and actually pulls out a burner on him.
It's crazy,
Yeah.
man. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. Got the same glimp laugh as the one in the, bruh. Nerd man, you just on
man.
it.
I spent 10 minute streams cursing him out. I'm tired of
it. You better watch it, nerd man. JG's gonna be coming for you. Trust me on that. But as you guys know, you see the topics. You know, we got some good topics here, and we gonna have to get into it again because did you guys hear that Trump want to give white people reparations?
For what?
Watch the video.
Technically, that's not what he said, but you can kind of sense that's where he's going.
That's exactly where it's going. Yes, 100%. Listen to this.
Furthermore, I will direct the Department of Justice to pursue federal civil rights cases against schools that continue to engage in racial discrimination and schools that persist in explicit unlawful discrimination under the guise of equity will not only have their endowments taxed, but through budget reconciliation, I will advance a measure to have them fined up to the entire amount of their endowment. A portion of the seized funds will then be used as restitution for victims of these illegal and unjust policies that hurt our country so badly. Colleges have gotten hundreds of billions of dollars from hardworking taxpayers, and now we are going to get this anti-American insanity out of our institutions once and for all. We are going to have real education in America. Thank you. Furthermore, I will direct the Department of Justice to pursue federal civil rights cases
you said it. Yep.
against schools that can.
Yeah, that's real. That's real. So, your thoughts, Roberto?
Is this actual, like he's going to actually put this?
Yes. Yes. That's what he wants to do. So if you're in school and they feel that you've been passed over because you've been hired because of a black person, they're gonna compensate. They're gonna find the school and then compensate the person that wasn't picked to get the job.
Well, you know, like I said, when he got elected, let the show begin. It's just an emotional roller coaster now. Either you're gonna laugh or you're gonna question it and say, "You guys got what you asked for."
Facts. Facts. JG.
Well, because it's Trump, because we see guys he has around him who also been against reparations and all kind of things, you can get a sense that he is meaning reparations for white people, right?
Mm-hmm. Go on.
Because everything he said was so broad, I need him to narrow all that shit down. But yeah, he used the term discrimination. That can go in many different ways.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Is there got to be evidence to prove that there was some type of discrimination?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it just like a Me Too movement where Me Too, okay, you get the reparation or whatever he wants to give. Right? So he needs to, he's got all the powers. I don't think he's narrowed down anything. I think he just does what he wants now. But yeah.
So what happens to all the times the black people were discriminated against? Do we get anything for that?
Exactly.
You know, this is what I'm talking about, right? It's like, okay, so let's just say, for example, like you said, you know, it is reparations, whatever. That's what we're talking about here. We've had black people who pretty much, you know, descendants of slaves, right? who built half of America. I'm not gonna say all America because I know that's cause problem, but built a lot of America off the backs of slave railroads, all that stuff. You all know that stuff, right? But nothing for their families, nothing for the free labor that America got for these guys. But now you want to go and put tariffs and all this shit on colleges, like penalties on colleges, because they are actually, maybe picking a black person instead of a white person. And you're going to say, oh, well, maybe you're not picking the most qualified. Well, what about all those rich people who would pay for their kids to get into a school who weren't qualified to be there as well? Remember that woman there? I can't remember her name, but there was a big court case because her and a few people were paying fucking the colleges to enroll their kids.
I remember.
Right? So you have all of that.
Like she was somebody big. I remember that.
Yeah. I can't remember her name either. It's slipping my mind too. But there was all of that too, right? So there was all of that, but then at the same time, it's like, oh, well, no, white people are getting the short end of the stick now. Well, what about all the times that blacks, Latinos, or whatever got the short end of the stick? Where's reparations for that? Roberto. Oh, Roberto's muted. Go ahead, JG.
Yeah, I'm so sick of this bald headed. Anyway, look, we know that affirmative action didn't really benefit black people, right? It really benefited white women more than anything, right? DEI, which is another form of affirmative action, benefited white women and LGBTQ community. We had a huge shot at one time to get those reparations. You guys remember when Barack Obama was president, when he had the majority, he had all the power? Never brought forth reparations as far as we know. We had chances. We had many chances. Now we have. I'm gonna say now we got Donald.
Go ahead. Sorry, no, you go. Go ahead first.
I'm gonna say now we got Donald Trump in there. One thing I said was we're fucked either way. We ain't getting reparations either way, whether it's Kamala or Donald Trump.
That's what I was gonna say.
As far as monetary value.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah. So this is a time now where the black community needs to step up and say, you know what, we need to take matters in our own hands, build our own institutions, educate our own children, do what we can, because our community, the hell with us. That's basically what Trump and any other, whether left or right, that's what they're all saying. The hell with us.
You see, and Kamala Harris, she was asked about reparations, and she said, yeah, she's for it. But I agree with you. Just because she said that doesn't mean that it was going to happen, right?
Exactly.
And I'm not sitting here
getting a committee to research. How much fucking research do you need?
Right. So I'm not here sitting, oh, well, if she would have got in, black people would have got reparations. That's not what I'm saying at all, right? But now that this guy is in, he's like pretty much, and again, at the end of the day, DEIs are not always as bad as people think it is, right? There's a reason why, like you said, affirmative action was in there and why they call these people DEI hires, because sometimes they're not afforded the same opportunities as their white counterparts would be. So in some cases, yes, there may be a reason for it. At one point, there was no black coaches in the NFL, and they literally had to make a rule where you at least have to interview a black candidate if they're up for the job, right? They're not saying you have to pick him, but at least you have to give him a chance for an interview. I don't have a problem with that, especially knowing when there's certain things that just people wouldn't even look that way because of the color of their skin. So I don't have a problem with that. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I think all this internet stuff, and this is where a lot of it comes from, is the race bending and killing the white people and all of this stuff is all this internet mumble jumble garbage, right? And I think this is where it's coming from now. And it's like, bro, like, okay, maybe some people may get a job over a person that may not be as qualified, but if they didn't have that, would the person even have a chance to even, apply for the job or get an interview? So that's what I'm saying. He said, it's the actress from Full House. She was actually on last
Yeah.
week's Blue Bloods. Yeah, that's it. Thanks, Shifty. Dude, it's some BS. It's not just who is more qualified, it's who nailed the interview, who fits the school, the culture. That too, right? But that too as well. But also too, depending on how less qualified that person is, it could be an issue. You know what I mean? But
Mhm.
again, at the same time, right? Like I said, there were situations where we didn't even get these opportunities. So that's the reason why they put these laws into place. Are they perfect? Probably not. You know what I mean? But now to just say you're going to penalize a school because they did something like that is absolutely ridiculous. Go ahead, Roberto.
Well, just the fact that they had to put these rules in effect means that the system was corrupt.
Mm-hmm.
Because, the same way that, we're not crying to put the police, ban the police, defunk the police, or whatever the term is. We just want the same rights as everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And the same applies to a job. Why should I have to try harder the same way you feel you have to give me this position because of my color? Shouldn't it just be my skill set gets it for me? These rules apply to everybody, so stop fucking cry.
Mm-hmm. 100%.
Now you want to make reparations. Now you're singling people out, saying that some people are better than others and they deserve this. I don't think that's the case, because again, this is another division topic. And what is the right wing side going to say? Oh, here they're crying because they're black again.
Mm-hmm.
Facts are facts, man.
100%.
You can put a color on it and don't change the fucking sum.
And you know what's funny too, Roberto? And I'm going to ask you this, right? Because you travel a lot. JG, do you travel a lot?
Yeah.
Would you guys have a problem if you had a woman pilot?
No.
There's a lot of people out there, especially that woman, Candace Owen. She runs around and Andrew Tate too, that clown. Oh, if I went on a plane and it was a woman pilot, I would never get on the plane. And those are the things that they include with the DEI hiring, right? So a woman flying a plane, you're not getting on a plane because a woman is flying the plane. What are we talking about here?
But how could that even get a platform? Why? Because a woman saying about another woman? So if I find out a pilot is gay, I'm not getting on that plane.
Man, I'm getting on that place. I'm getting the hell out of here. Go on vacation. I don't
I
care
don't
who's
give a-
flying. As long as they're
I
not
don't-
flying,
listen.
I'm good.
Exactly. As long as whoever's up there can fly this mofo, hasn't had any kind of record of dysfunctioning in the air, fly me.
Facts.
I don't care who you are, what you do on your time. That's your business. While you're in that cockpit, you're a pilot.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as whatever you do on your moonlighting time doesn't interfere with that, I'm all good with it. I don't care.
What's up, Daniel C? Thanks for popping in. He said BLM organizers was pocketing the money. This was the first election since 2016 they couldn't trend. So here's the thing. Let's not act like these other organizations ain't pocketing money either. All right.
Exactly.
This is the problem that I have. Like, you want to say, oh, well, BLM was pocketing money. Maybe they were. But how many other organizations are pocketing money? Non-profit organizations are pocketing money out there too as well, right?
That's the way to make money, they say.
Absolutely. 100%. So let's not just sit here and be like, oh, BLM was doing this and BLM was doing that, because there's plenty of organizations that are out there doing the same thing. There are plenty of organizations out there that are absolutely legit and ain't doing anything like that. But there are ones that are pocketing money as too, right? So that's all I'm saying with that. The BLM protests and what they were trying to do was legitimate 100%. They were pocketing money. Okay.
Anything black that's remotely positive, it gets scrutinized, it gets dragged through the mud, it gets what's the word I'm looking for, infiltrated, and the infiltration creates this image that they already depict of us. So they just go, aha, I knew it. You see?
Facts, Roberto.
It's so easy.
Facts.
You know, I really hate insulting people, but they do it so well themselves. The world we live in, if you're not actually, you know, if you're on that bus looking at the phone, you don't see the car accident. You don't see the guy getting a ticket. You don't see the girl getting harassed. You miss out on life. There's so many people missing out on life, Nzo, that when you tell them that this is happening, they can't comprehend because some fucking social media will tell them otherwise, and they're part of the narrative. You know what I mean? It's a vicious circle, man. It's a vicious circle.
And it's no matter what you do, no matter what kind of proof you come in, because we did have that topic too a couple weeks back, right, Roberto? Like you can come with the proof and people are still going to be like, nope, because their side agrees with how they feel. You know what I mean? So if I feel this way and other people are feeling this way, then fuck the facts. It has to be true. JG.
Well, who was it that said the greatest threat to American society was Black unity? Right.
I don't know who said it, but it is. Yep.
Was it Edgar Hoover? I can't remember who said it, but and that still lives on today. You're right. Like, you know, when we unite, we try to do something positive. They'll find out one Negro that screws up. They say, aha, see, that's why you can't give him anything. Aha, see,
or
that's
that
why
one
this
corruptible Negro.
The one corrupt that one. He's probably one that was sent in there to infiltrate to start some of us, right?
Yeah.
And so, again, that's why I always say we have to check ourselves, whether we're here abroad, because as soon as one of us screws up, they put it on everybody.
Yeah,
the whole race gets.
We're always under
right?
the scope.
Whether you're Jamaican, Haitian, American, Trinidadian, the one screws up, everybody gets the hit.
100%.
It's unfair.
100%.
But that's the world we have to live in. We have to make the best of it. And hey, just check yourselves, everybody. We just got to check ourselves and check each other.
Absolutely, 100%. And I think the Dia used to say it all the time. It's like there are some people, some of us, that shouldn't be invited to the cookout. You know what I mean? Because they are just there to cause a narrative, cause problems. You know what I mean? So I do agree with that 100%. I love the way this guy was like BLM pocket money, yet the people who claim BLM was corrupt elected a felon and a rapist into the White House.
Oh my God.
And now Elon Musk has his own government agency, and he is now going to take an axe to half of the government. Yeah, I was hearing something like that where he was, and then I seen a post. It was on Twitter of Candace Owens saying she's disappointed that she was overlooked for ambassador of Israel or something like that. And I'm like, wait a minute, what? What
all
gives
this
you
shit she's been talking on Piers Morgan? You think they're gonna make you the ambassador?
What gives you the qualifications? You always talking about Kamala's qualifications. What gives you the qualifications to be the ambassador? What? Who?
Well,
why?
did exactly what they needed her to do.
Facts.
She did it for him, like she did every other thing.
Nzo,
too bad, too sad.
Do you remember back in the day when we were having our little alphabet rants?
Mm-hmm.
And we were wondering, who the fuck makes these rules? Where is this committee getting together and saying this is offensive and it can't be done and blah 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 blah? Do you know who it was?
Mm-mm. No.
I found out. It's the Great Blue, man.
The Great Blue?
The Democrats.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
All that shit that I say I fucking can't stand, like everyone gets a trophy, that's the Democrats. Now that I know this, and I don't know why no one's ever fucking mentioned it, how many years we're on this show?
Almost 5.
5 years, and this topic has come up many times. Like we're saying, who are these fucking people? Now that we know, I can understand why people were kind of offended when we didn't support the Republican cause, because they're totally against that shit. You know, that stuff, what's being taught in schools now that they want our kids to learn. I didn't know it was them, Nzo.
Mm-hmm.
So, not that I'm jumping on the Trump wagon, but their platform is more along the lines of how I'm thinking. So, does that make me bad? What the fuck's going on here? I just got a reality check, man.
Elon's department is actually called Dog. You can't make this up. Yeah, I know.
Somebody
I'm
actually
nervous.
told me today, Nzo,
Mhm.
that Candace Owens should be president, the first female president.
Who told you that?
I can't say any names.
What, are you being sarcastic?
And you know, it didn't even dawn on me. Like, I'm like, who is this Candace Owen woman she's talking about? Like, is she black? Is it just
She
because it's
thinks
a
she
woman?
is.
No, honestly, she doesn't have the same sting on me as she does with you guys. You guys, when you talk about her, I can feel the hate. I can feel the disrespect for her. I can feel it all. I don't know her like that to feel that way. But she talks some stupid shit, doesn't she?
Mhm.
Constantly.
Okay.
Constantly.
So I'm not.
She-
I'm going to try not to look at that person different that told me that, because
So she's the one who did a documentary, and the whole documentary is about George Floyd dying from fentanyl and not Derek Chauvin's knee on his neck.
so she's a sellout.
Yeah, 100%.
Mhm.
100%. 100%. Absolutely 100%. You know what I mean? So that's the issue. He said, I'm nervous about having my kids in public school. Why? Why? If you really believe that bullshit about how your kid is going to go to school a boy and then come home a girl, it's ridiculous. It is absolutely bullshit. It is
But
not
think about
true.
it, Anzo. Why are they pushing that narrative on that age? Because at that age, their brain is developing the most. It's taking in the most information, what they're going to store. It's creative time now, right? Why aren't they hitting them in high school? Why elementary?
But that's what I'm saying. They're not. That's a bullshit narrative, though. It's not true. Roberto, that's not the Democrats. It's some Democrats in certain schools. They have educational policies that suggest this whole winning and losing is competitiveness has a adverse effect on children's psychology.
Anyway,
Hold on. Is that
whatever.
Nerdman Hot Takes Tuesday?
Yeah, that's
I
normal.
told you.
Isn't he a Brit?
He's like a
Yeah.
gnat just buzzing in your eye.
How
You
is
keep
a
swatting
Brit?
at it.
How is a Brit telling a Canadian who has an American on his show about American politics? When I said Democrats, JG went, yep. And I was good with that.
Because
I
I
don't know
said
who's
that because
coming.
Barack Obama is called the president of the LGBTQ community. He did a lot of things that help give them a lot of power. As far as the children, you can blame probably George W. Bush for that No Child Left Behind BS, right?
Mhm.
You know, it goes. Look, it goes both ways, whether left or right, Democrat, Republican, whatever, right? The issue is our community is left behind constantly. So what can we do to catch up? As far as kid going to school, boy come out a girl.
The powers that
First
be don't
notice
want us
that
to
talk.
catch up, JG.
Exactly. I started noticing. Have you guys ever heard that show, I Am Jazz?
No.
Okay, it was a show that came on. My ex used to watch it all the time. I think they did special on, I guess call her now, on ABC or something, where she might have been 6 or 7 or 5, I don't know, talking about he's a girl. And her parents start pushing that, okay, you're a girl, you're a girl, you're a girl. And so she started getting her own show. She got money and profit. So it's become a new thing now, right? Where you can make money off of that, where you can be a celebrity, right? You can be, I guess, somebody special. I don't know. I would say if my daughter came to me and said, Daddy, I think I'm a boy. Well, when you're 18, you can be a boy all you want. Right now, you're a girl in my house. Right? That's how I look at it. When you're 18, you want to be a boy, do what I hate. Grown, do what you want to do, baby. I still love you. You my boy, whatever you want to be. I love you.
Mm-hmm.
But while you're in my house, as a minor, you not a boy. Nor will I groom you to be a boy. That's just I don't understand it. Now to the parents that do, hey, that's your kid, that's your thing, do you. But don't push that narrative on me.
That's right.
The government should not push that narrative on my household, where I pay bills, where I pay mortgage, where I'm the one when my daughter cries, I'm the one wiping her tears away. When I'm the one disciplining, when I'm doing all that stuff.
So let me ask you this question, right? So how old is your daughter?
She's 5.
Oh, she's 5. Okay, she's a little young, but and I'm not saying this, but if you and I'm not saying it's you, but if you notice certain things, so for example, my friend had a girlfriend who had a son, and they knew from a young age that this son was going to be gay. They knew it just because of the stuff he was doing. He wouldn't play with regular toys. He played with dolls. He loved to braid hair. He loved to do all kinds of certain things that girls were doing, right? The way he moved, the way he talked. They knew he was going to be gay. So you don't think it's a possibility for that to... And it's not like the kid ever came out and said, hey, that was just the way he was, right? But as an adult, they could see it.
What I grew up with guys, people in school that I knew in elementary school. Yeah, he gonna be gay.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. I think there was one of those everywhere.
Yeah, this is
all. When you're pushing the narrative for the ones who aren't, to make them say, hey, because they're always into fads. That's the in thing now, cross-dressing, everyone goes in the same bathroom, they're pushing that agenda. So if everybody has an iPhone, everyone wants an iPhone. If they don't, 86% do. That's a majority. So this is why I can't understand. I mean, Shifty made a comment about the cross-dressing, dancing in California. What does that narrative teach, man? That they're okay to do that? Shouldn't they make that decision when they're adults?
Absolutely. That's ridiculous.
It blows me away, Nzo. Blows me away.
Let me read the comment real quick so people know what Roberto's talking about. The sex change narrative is BS, but not the radicals pushing their ideology on them. That and them bringing cross-dressing dancers to show and tell in California. Also, they can pump that nonsense into their heads and not tell the parents.
Parents can't do shit about it. They go to town hall meetings and everything. Nothing changes.
I work in schools as a teacher. I'm aware of this idea. I agree with small parts of it, but in general, I think it does more harm than good. I think competitiveness can go too far, but we still need it. Then there's the divorce cases where mothers want brownie social media points and transition their kids and the father has no say. Cali is the home of Satanism and I'm not even religious. If it can be made fun of and used as a way to educate children. I know 2 girls growing up who played basketball with us. I can report to you that we're at the 50% rate. Dude, wait. Should we hide all sex from children? So when a Disney movie has a man and woman kissing, is that corrupting gay children? Anzo, by the way, this was the main effect of All of Us issue I placed above Unity. I don't want to air all that over Twitter. This was the main effect, All of Us. Okay, I think you're talking about the issue we had on Twitter, the little back and forth. I ain't watching that though, Shifty. It's just, discussion. But go back to this. Roberto, what do you have to say about this?
You know what they should do instead of teaching them this shit? Teach them how to fucking budget a bank book. Teach them how to do a mortgage. Teach them how to cook. Teach them how life skills, man. Because there's some kids out there who don't even know how to put air in a tire.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just sitting and thinking, Nzo, so many things, man, that we had to learn trial and error that we say later on in life. Fuck, man. Lucky I learned back then. Because if I did that now, oh, man, would I pay. A lot of kids aren't going to learn those lessons. And when they do, they're going to learn it hard, later on in life.
It's good that you mentioned that because that's something I wanted to talk about too, and we'll do that in a bit. But this question, Roberto, this was for you, dude. Wait, so should we hide all sex from children? So when a Disney movie has a man and woman kissing, is that corrupting gay children? I guess he wanted you to answer that.
So, what am I
Should
supposed to
hide all
understand? When they watch a Disney movie and a man and a woman kiss, is it corrupting gay children?
Yeah.
What?
How does that make sense?
So he's asking you
Gay
because
children are thinking of kissing a woman?
no, he's asking you because of something you said earlier, which I don't remember what it was, but you were talking about, I
With
guess, throwing
pushing
it in their
pushing
face.
the platform for the kids who
Yeah.
aren't thinking of being transsexual or gay or
Right,
whatever,
right.
and thinking that, oh, if I want to go with this girl and she likes that, then I gotta like it. Not necessarily that's who they really are. So he's telling me if a gay kid watches a man and a woman kiss, they feel like they have to kiss a woman. Is that what basically he's saying?
No, he's saying should they not be showing? I guess I don't know. You'd have to ask him, nerd man.
Okay, you know what, nerd man? I tell the kids don't watch Disney because that's ridiculous. Because I don't recall any real kissing unless it was Beauty and the Beast or Cinderella. I don't remember kissing going on in the movies. But now you want to put gay stuff in there.
So
Everybody has their turn.
Mhm.
And when I made that comment back in the day, when men were going in as women in the Olympics and all that, and I said, why don't they have their own Olympics? And kind of took like a backlash for that shit, But again, look how successful the X Games are when they got turned away from the Olympics. How long's the X Games out? 10, 15, 20 years now?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So why can't you start your own shit? Why do you have to force your way into mainstream? Everything takes time. But like, again, if you force it, there's going to be more people saying, fuck that.
I agree. So just
Just the way it
we
is.
have to do everything we can to protect the children, even if we don't have any. Absolutely, but that's where it starts at home. And I will
Mhm.
always say this again: if you want to protect your children, it starts at home. You have to make sure your kids understand the way this world is. And if you're sitting there with a child who is just on the fucking phone and that's how you think that's how your kid is going to learn, you are gravely mistaken with that. All
Mhm.
three of us here have kids, right? And I believe and I know all three of us are, well, JG's is still young, but they're being raised properly. They've been raised
Yep.
properly, right? And I think to a certain degree, you have to be able to have conversations with your child, right? You have to be able to, you know, this is that. Obviously, they're going to end up making their own decisions 100%, right? But at the end of the day, you have to be that type of parent. You cannot sit there and let your phone and the internet and everything else raise your child. You have to raise your child. And then when you do that, then you don't have to worry about this bullshit that's going on, right? You won't have to worry about, these people coming into your school and corrupting your kid because you already taught your kid the way. You already showed your kid what's right from wrong. You already showed your kid, regardless of anything, that you're going to love them regardless. So I agree protecting kids from gratuitous sex is good, but I hardly think having kids read a book with a gay protagonist or trans protagonist is encouraging them to be gay.
Okay, but
I don't.
why do you have the need to put it in there in the first place? Do you feel that they should know this at that age? Who
Because
determines that?
I kind of agree. I'm agree with Roberto on this, right? Because it's not like you're reading books where they actually say, "Oh, this is a heterosexual male, guys," and you know what I mean. Like they're not throwing that shit in there, but they end up throwing all that. I agree with Roberto on this. Trans and gay people.
He's up there pumping that shit. I see him. Huh? Let me see which one of these brothers are gonna fall for this shit tonight. I see him.
That's part of the reason Trump is rebooting the DOA. The standards of learning tests ruined education here in the States. They even eliminated failing grades in some states. It's insane. The low reading comprehension rates. Oh, and I
That's
wanted to get
bad.
to this
Yeah.
one too. I think I passed it here. Did you know that the average reading comprehension for adults is sixth grade in America? That's kind of concerning. 100%.
Did you see where we
Mhm.
ranked with education? We're top 5, I think, in the world.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
Well,
But again, that's why, like I said, when we talked about people coming over here, taking our education and then going back to their country and using it there, it's because it's the cheapest and it's one of the best. 100%. At the end of the day, there were more gay people as allies to us on BLM marches, more trans people than there were Republicans. All black people need to do is delete their X accounts. Facts!
I ain't deleting none of
100%.
that stuff. You see my timeline, all that good stuff. Oh, I'm not deleting that. Nope.
Can't delete what you don't have, Nadia.
I ain't deleting that. Nope.
I ain't part of that shit. I heard a platform. I heard on the radio today a platform opened up. I don't know if they said a month ago, 3 months, or 6 months ago, and it's already the number one app, and it's almost the exact same platform as X before.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Never heard of it.
Millions and millions of subscribers in months. It's like they said it's almost identical to Twitter.
Oh yeah. What's it called?
Man, I didn't catch the name. I didn't store it because it's irrelevant to me. I'm not part of that world, you know. That's just romp, 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 romp in my car.
The gay thing isn't an issue so much as trans. The T and beyond are ruining everything for the LGBT. So, okay. Again, I think it's a small part. It's not all of them, right? It's just not. I work with a gay person. I know you said gay is not the issue, but I work with a gay person and he doesn't agree with all of that bullshit as well. I just think it's a small part. It just said we watch heterosexuals kiss in Disney movies all the time.
I mean, technically, you have bestiality in Beauty and the Beast.
It's called Blue Sky. I'm onto it. I like it.
Yeah, that's
Blue
it.
Sky, I
Blue
gotta check
Sky.
that out.
I don't have an X account. Blue Sky. Never heard of it. And if it's anything like X, I don't want to have nothing to do with
No,
it.
it's nothing like X. That's why it's growing. It's more like Twitter, like how it used to be.
Okay.
Before,
Twitter and X were there's no difference. Twitter was the exact same
well,
thing.
people are complaining since what's his name took it over.
It's the exact same thing. It's the exact same
Well,
thing.
why
The
is
only
everybody hating on it now? What happened?
we were hating on Twitter before. The racists were still out there on Twitter. The only thing that changed is the name. That is it.
Really?
Yes, the racist shit was there when we used to do all
Yeah,
of that
pretty much.
stuff. That was Twitter stuff. I used to come on here talking about with the racist stuff. It was before it changed to
I
X.
wasn't part of that either.
I think it's a little bit more lenient now, but it hasn't changed. It hasn't changed at all. Airman said, "What are you talking about? There are great novels with great protagonists. Do you know civil rights writers like James Baldwin? He was just talking about his life. He wasn't putting it in our faces. He was gay and he was just talking about his life." Here's the thing, though, nerd man, and this is what I'm going to say. And
Making it sound like we're anti-gay up here, you know?
It's not. No, it's not just the gay stuff, right? Oops, my bad. I have watched movies, even heterosexual movies, where there are things in there that just don't need to be there, sex scenes or whatever, right? Now, if you're watching a PG movie or whatever, I don't think either of it needs to be put in there. You know what I mean? Like I'm watching freaking what was the show? The movie, and I don't think it was an R-rated movie for sure. It was probably PG-16 or something like that. But it was Sylvester Stallone movie with Sharon Stone, and just because it was Sharon Stone, they had to put a sex scene in that movie, and it just was like out of nowhere. Like, why are we doing this, right? And that's what I'm saying. And a lot of these shows and things, I watch Child's Play, right? Chucky on the series, and that show is fire. The lead they are gay. It's not an issue because they don't sit there and they constantly throw it in your face. It's a part of the show. When you do it like that, it's not an issue. But I think it's the same thing with when it comes to race bending and DEIs. If it's done properly, nobody will say anything. But it's when it's constantly thrown in your face, I think that's where a lot of people have the pushback, like Roberto said. If you're going to let it happen naturally instead of just constantly pushing it in people's face. I think that's what it's more about. I don't
That's
care
how
if
shit gets saturated.
Absolutely, 100%. Said, I don't care if an adult out of college wants to transition, they have every right to live their life, but let the kids grow up and truly decide what they want without the crazy parenting pushing them. Again, I agree with you, but at the same time, like I said, there is sometimes where you can tell at an early age that your kid is going to be gay. You can just do it. My friend experienced it, and I never experienced it, but I used to hear him talk to me about it. Right? He didn't know what to do at the time. Like, it's like I can't go in there and like want to try and push, boy stuff on him and get him to watch cartoons and play video games and all that stuff, because that's not what the kid was into. Right? So at the same time, I just think you have to understand that there is a possibility that a young child at a young age, you can see it in them. So that's all I'm saying about that. Yes, please stop making gay the character's whole personality. Exactly. Right?
Hmm.
That's the thing. Once you do that, then that's the problem. Watch Chucky. It's great. That show is fire. And there were the gay leads in there, but again, it wasn't thrown in your face. You knew it. The two dudes were in a relationship and everything, but it wasn't constantly, you know what I mean? And I think that's where they go wrong, a lot of these shows. I know it
I
was a
noticed.
lot.
I'm only
Yeah, go ahead.
sorry to cut you off. I'm only on episode 8 on your From Push.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen a gay scene yet. I don't think. There was 2 girls who kissed.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it.
Yeah, that is. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's about
Honestly, Nzo, I'm kind of shocked.
it.
I really am. I really am. It's a very interesting show because they keep you wanting to watch, man.
You like it?
I see there's 3 seasons, and I'm like, what? Yes.
So wait, you're
Yeah.
on episode 8 of season 1?
Yeah. Because I'm watching it on my lunch,
Yeah, that shit. So what, you're digging the show?
Like it.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
It's not
Trust
fucking
me.
confusing. It's it just makes you say, like, what's the narrative? Like,
What's going on, right?
Why?
Yes. Yes, exactly. And in season 3, we are still asking the same.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh man.
Yes. Now you do get some answers, but yes, we're still asking the same question. What the hell is going on in this place? What is going on? What is this show about? It's really good. I know it was a long time ago. I just think it was like people have problems with like the gay people in the movies. But you saw Snow White movie, and that movie Snow White is 14 years old, and the prince was like 31. Yeah, there's huge problems like that in those movies. The Stranger, 100%.
But we weren't looking for them because there wasn't a platform for it. Just
Right.
watched, said it was good or it wasn't.
I just don't see it as a problem. I think it's just fear mongering. I just think it's like hypocritical that people have a problem with gay people in movies, but in Snow White was 14 years old and Prince Charming was 13. I understand that was a long time ago. I don't have a problem with gay people in movies, 100%. So let me be clear with that, 100%. I do not have a problem with it. I never will.
We
Right?
would have been tearing apart Brokeback Mountain. Why did they make this movie? Da da da.
Yeah.
Right.
That was a good
Yeah.
movie.
I didn't see it. It's never been mentioned because the movie straight out tells you what it's about. And if that's your narrative, you go see it. If it isn't, you have the choice. That's all I'm asking for is a choice. No,
Absolutely.
it's a perfect example, Nzo. You knew that movie was about 2 gay guys. How they became gay could be a great storyline. How they lived in a closet and they're in a tough industry where you can't really show that you are, and it makes a great storyline. but you know what you're going to see. You can't go there and say, "Oh my God, two guys were kissing."
Mm-hmm. So I actually missed a few comments. So let me get to these real quick. I do apologize. I don't care if okay, I read that one. Nidhi said, nah, it's MAGA Town. And he said, it's an app called Spills that is similar to X. I got you. LOPG rated films before PG-13 was created had full frontal nudity, Beastmaster, and Shanna. Good times. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Right? You were 100% correct. It was a different time at those times, but yeah, I agree. The trans community is so small, less than 1%. MAGA lunatics is half the country. If trans people propaganda is so good, why is it only 1%? I'm just saying. No offense, Roberto. And then yes, please stop making characters a whole personality. And I read that one. And then you got to I don't see it as a problem. Okay. And then Nerdman said, they're talking about such a minimal problem, rather the fact of why poor people are actually suffering. I got you. It is a problem, Nerdman. It is a problem, Nerdman. It's a fad, a dangerous one. Social media, clout driven. Megan Fox has 3 young kids. All 3 are trans. Too many instances are cool kids club scenarios. They said I missed my original content. The trans community is so small, less than 1%. MAGA lunatics half the country. Okay, I read that one.
What's he calling
And
me out for? Was he saying I'm anti something?
That's nerd, man.
I don't think he's calling you anti something, and I'm not exactly sure what this comment was
Well, why
for.
would I
But
be offended? No offense, Roberto. Words,
it's,
words have meaning, man.
it's just one of those things, I guess I don't know.
Wants to play tennis or something?
I just don't think it's a problem. I think it's more triggering. He said the good thing though is Trump is going to open up the doctors to lawsuits to grown-ups who were forced into these kids' decisions. Yeah. Well, the problem with that is you're going to really have to be able to determine whether they were forced into the decision. I think that is going to be extremely hard issue
Of
to
course.
to do. It's
That's
it,
fucked up.
it's yeah, it's just going to be a waste of time to really try and figure out were they forced to do this or were the kids forced to do this, because again, at the same time, like I said, and I'll say it again, sometimes you can tell that you know that kid's not, it's like, oh man, your kids are so cute, blah 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 blah. Oh yeah, he's a heartbreaker, he's gonna have a lot of women, and then you see one, it's like, yeah, don't know about that one. You know what I mean? And sometimes it's wrong, sometimes it's just a kid being a kid, right? But at the end of the day, sometimes you can actually tell. So like I said, it's going to be hard for them to do that, and I agree with Nerdman. You can make that a focus, but we also got to make the focus of, like you said, poor children and people suffering and, homelessness and all kinds of stuff. Those things need to be addressed as well. They are fucking doing something here that I 100% do not agree with. They now have metro police, right? Well, a unit that's going around in our metro systems and making sure that there's no homeless people sleeping in there anymore.
Mm.
It is getting cold, right? They said they're going to send them to shelters. There is not enough shelters here for all the homeless people that we have here. So what are they going to do? They're going to have these homeless people sleeping out in the cold of winter now? I don't agree with that. I 100% don't agree with that. What do you think, Roberto? Because I don't know if you heard about it.
No, I didn't hear about it, but I was just ranting the other day. I see so many abandoned buildings that could easily be re-insulated
Facts.
and given to the homeless.
Facts.
Low income rentals or
Facts.
Emergency stay for extreme temperatures. Some kind of empathy, like show something other than the economy is something you care about. No wonder everybody chases money, because that's the narrative all the time.
Mm-hmm.
If you're fucking dead, you can't spend money.
Facts. And you know what's funny, Roberto? Because I know I work with these older women, and I sit there and I'm like, you guys care more about animals than you do about actual people, right? Because we had the discussion about, oh, yeah, that's great. Yeah, get them out of here. Get them out of the metro station because they're up there harassing people, blah, blah. Yeah, maybe there are some that do, right? With everything, there's the bad apples in the bunch. But a majority of them just want somewhere warm to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like they just want somewhere warm to sleep. And now you are just going to make sure that they all are out in the cold. And it's winter time here. It's getting cold. I had to bring out my winter jacket today. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
When I
bro.
left this morning, I won't lie, man. I sat in my truck for a minute saying, should I go in and change my coat, man? Because my fucking
Facts.
windows are frozen, yo. My
Facts.
windows were frozen.
100%. You know what I mean? I do think that there should be an age limit, like kids can't get trans surgery until they're like 18 because that can mess up their bodies. I agree. 100%. 100% there should be an age limit on that. I totally agree with you. But at the same time, if you realize at a young age that your kid is not heterosexual, then I don't think you try to do things to force him to be heterosexual. Now, you don't actually, hey, okay, we're going to get you a trans, this and that at a young age. No, that's something they have to decide. You can't make that decision for them. Even as a parent, that's something they have to decide. And you have to make sure that they are over 18 where they are able to actually make that decision. Oh, Megan Fox has 3 trans kids. Whoop-de-doo. So the fuck what? What the hell does that have to do with the price of bread and issue and affecting billions of people? I get it's a fad and it will just pass. Nydia said, they proved that with Michael Vick, Animals Over Humanity. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Now, don't get me twisted. I ain't into the dog fight and all of that stuff either. I ain't into that. But at the same time, it's just like they'll watch a little video of like a dog or something. Oh my God, I feel so sorry for that. And then see a homeless person and I hear them say, well, just get a job. Like it's just so easy for a homeless person to run out there and get a job. It's not. Sorry. It's not that easy. You know what I mean? You need to put programs in place. And I think with all the money that the government has, they could put a program into place. Like Roberto said, what they should do is take one of those abandoned buildings, right? Fix it up. Put all bachelors in there, right? And then because I believe that there are a lot of homeless people are homeless because of bad luck and bad situations, right? What you do is you try and vet those people. Do a program where it's like, okay, we're going to put you into this place for a year. We're going to have sponsors from companies, right? Where they'll give you a job and you have 1 year to work there. You have 1 year to live there rent free and you can, work your job while you're doing that to help
Yeah.
people get back on the
It's
feet.
called Get on Your Feet program.
Exactly. 100%. And I kid you not, if I ever that was a thing I said, if I ever won the lotto, that would be something I would look into doing something like that. You know what I mean? Get back on your feet. Not everybody is going to be able to do it. Not everybody is even going to be qualified for it. But there are a lot of people out there, but you can see that they just need a little help. You know what I mean? Maybe they had a divorce or something happened to get them to be on the streets where they could just need a little push to get back onto it. And I think that's what that's what they should do. I don't think kids should do anything life changing until 21 when brains are at least nearly fully developed. But I also think trans issues and the latest scapegoat is to distract. Um there's situations to it, bro. Like honestly, there is an agenda that's being pushed. We all know it. We talk about it all the time, right? So it's not just about being a scapegoat to distract. There is actually an agenda that's being pushed sometimes, and I think Hollywood has a lot to do with it, So, but it's out there.
I think
I
they're the main
forgot.
suspect.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. I forgot what country it is, but there's literally a country that fixed homelessness by making abandoned buildings into apartment for them. They did it with malls too. It can be fixed. You know what I mean? There's definitely a fix to it. You need to put money into it, but again, people don't care, right? You fend for yourself. It is what it is. And like I said, if you do a program like that, Roberto say call it, and I like the name Get on Your Feet program. I think it will help hundreds of people.
Yeah,
Hundreds
you
of
know
people.
what? Give them a place to stay, a place to shower.
Mm-hmm.
Put them in a work program.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if the immigrants are being put out, let them do the jobs that the immigrants were doing, earn
One
some
hundred
money,
percent. 100%.
and then you know if they can't find a place to live with the income they're making, they could rent a low income rental, one of those rooms. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what I was saying, Roberto. Like at the end of the year, you live in properly, and I know it's kind of hard to do because you have to be able to have someone come in and go out and have another person come in. But if if they get to the year and their life is getting back on track, and maybe they want to have another year, okay, now where you can stay another year, but you have to pay rent. You know what I
No,
mean?
but
You
you
have to
see,
pay
not
rent
only
for the
this,
apartment.
Anzo, because again, people predetermine that they're, you know, people are begging for drugs,
Mm-hmm.
begging for negative stuff per se.
Mm-hmm.
Now, to get to stay in this place, it's a get on your feet program. It's
Mm-hmm.
not we're supporting your drug habit program.
Yeah,
You
one
have a
hundred
nice
percent.
warm place to stay, and then you leave in the morning, go do your drugs. No, you got to show the drive that you want to turn your life around to
Absolutely.
be able to get on this program.
No, absolutely, 100%. And when you're in the program, right? Because like I said, you'll have sponsors for companies that will, okay, we'll hire this person maybe to work in the shipping department or do some crappy ass job, whatever. But at least you have that person having a job, getting a paid. They have to keep that job to stay in the apartment. You understand what I'm saying? You can't
And
just be
they'll
like,
get
oh
that
yeah.
minimum wage salary.
Exactly, exactly. But while they're in that apartment, they're heated, they have
Yep.
showers. You
They
can
have
even give
cable.
them free internet and cable 100%, which they're not paying for. All they got to do is save up their money so that when the year is over, they're able to get out of there. I
And you
think
know,
that would be a great program.
and even the people helping could still make their money. You know, if it's Videotron who donates a
Mm-hmm.
box, you give them a discount. You're still
Mm-hmm.
taking in money, riding
Mm-hmm.
off a platform you're already running. You know, it's not like you have to
100%.
go and spend more money to have this. It's feasible,
Absolutely. 100%.
but you know
And
what the
I,
problem is? It does good, Onzo, and
yeah,
that's
nobody
not the
wants to do it.
platform now. That's not the platform.
And if you could get sponsors, right? I think you could do that with maximum $1 million.
Well, it depends the
Maximum.
condition of the building.
Well, here's the thing. Again, let's even if it is right, you get a building. Of course, you have to fix it up or whatever. Make one and a half and stuff like that. That's gonna take money. But let's say you could get the building for about 300K, right? And that's being low, I guess, right? Especially with the way things are now. But 300K, and I'm also thinking if you have sponsors, you can have people investing in that too. So it's not the 300K coming out of your apartment, right? Then you say another, maybe you find cheap renovators, whatever, 100 to 200K. So 500K to actually get the building set up, right? Then
If
you
you're
have
not
the
getting, if you're not getting like real craftsmen coming in there, you know, supporting or donating their service as a, like you said, a donation,
Mhm.
you get cheap labor, you get cheap results, you know.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It doesn't have to
Everybody,
be the first
it's a
$1 million.
cause. It's like you see on these TV shows. All this family suffered. All these big companies, they want to get recognition. They come and they donate their time, they donate their services, they donate stuff, and people see that and support them.
Hmm.
You see these shows on TV all the time. Why can't the
Yeah,
fucking government say, "Hey, why don't we do something like that?"
facts. I
Or
agree.
see this platform being done somewhere in the world and say it's working there. Let's try that platform here.
Absolutely, 100%, 100%. Um, all you need is a huge field and fill it with tiny homes that cost next to nothing to make them get back on their feet. I agree. And you could buy these like freaking makeshift homes on Amazon. Did you know that, Roberto?
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna show you in a second. Let me get to these comments. Okay, for instance, you believe an Algerian Muslim country would put a known trans woman as their representative for boxing? She would have likely been stoned to death if she was. That's pure right wing propaganda. You're talking about the boxer there, nerd man? Yeah, I know what you mean. It was Finland. This model prioritized providing permanent housing to people experiencing homelessness and then addressing issues like substance abuse and mental health. Absolutely. That's what you would have to vet. You would have to vet out the substance abuse. You would have to vet out the mental health issues. And those ones will go to a different, a different program, right? But the ones that are out there that that just need that little push to get back on their feet, those are the ones that you're going to focus most of your time on. People don't give Jimmy Carter enough credit for all the work he did for Habitat for Humanity after he left office. He built so many homes for the disadvantaged. It's sad. Elon Musk has enough money to fix homelessness, and yet he wasted it on the app. Yeah, I agree. I agree. He's still the richest man in the world and was just put in charge of freeing up funds in our government spending. Richest man in the world. Yeah, I know. I feel you. And this is what I'm saying. Elon Musk could do the program we are talking about with his own money and not even blink an eye. You know what I mean? So if you really care about making America great again, then why not focus on those situations as well? That's all we're saying is maybe we need to, get our focus onto something else. Last thoughts on the topic, Roberto.
We hit so many. Which topic we on now?
We went from reparations to gay people to homeless people.
What are we on now? Which one you want?
Everything in general that we were talking about.
Everything is fucked up, and it's only going to get more fucked up.
Facts. JG.
Ditto. We talked about so much, man. I will say that with all the gay talk, my issue, I've never had issue with anybody gay or trans, right?
Mm-hmm.
My thing is I'm against pushing a child to be trans when they're not even adults yet. Right? It's because some people believe that, they take these hormone pills. It has a lot to do with the mental aspects of, they kind of get confused. I don't know. But we do have a percentage of those who do go through the whole trans process and regret it. Right? Wish they can go back and they can't.
Mm-hmm.
So for those who have children who are thinking about becoming trans, again, it's your kids, you do what you want to do. But for me, I would say make sure they're educated on it. Make sure they know the pros and cons. Make sure they understand the medical aspects of it. Because it's a huge decision. Very big decision. And to make it at an adolescent is horrible.
Absolutely.
And to your point, Nzo, yeah, I've grown up around males and females who we knew, oh yeah, they're going to be gay. We just knew it, right? If my daughter came to me at 10, 11, 12, Dad, I think I'm gay. Okay. I love you anyway. It doesn't matter. As long as you're happy, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you're the best person you can be, I am good. I did my job. Go for it. Dad, I think I want to be trans. Okay, when you're 18, 19, 20, 21, do what you want to do.
But here's
go ahead.
No, just gonna say real quick. But here's the thing too. You also don't just be like, oh, okay. You have to ask questions. Well, why do you feel this way? Talk to me. Let me know, right? Because it could just be something that they seen on TV and heard in school and be like, oh, that's it, right? So you do have to actually have that conversation as well.
Exactly. I remember seeing something where those coming out things where this girl talks to her mom. I think I mentioned before. She says, hey, Mom, I think I'm gay. The first thing she asked was, well, how do you know? Have you been with a woman? How you know that's what you like? Have you been in the trenches yet? Right? And our answer to everything was no. Well, figure that shit out before you start coming to me saying that you're this and that. We don't even know if that's what you like yet. right?
See, I don't think it goes that far, but
Yeah,
are you
true.
are you attracted to a woman? You know what I mean? Are you attracted to a boy? You know what I mean? Do you
Because
get
we all
those
know
feelings?
Nerd Man likes lady boys and stuff. So
Oh, 100%. 100%. He's with one right now. But go ahead,
yep.
continue, JG. I'm sorry.
Yeah, as far as the homelessness, when you see Trump raise all the money for his campaign from donors, we see Kamala Harris raise over $1 billion from the Divine Nine and other people. If you can raise all that money for that, you have no excuse why you can't fix homelessness, no excuse why you can't fix the educational system, no excuse why kids are reading at a low level right now. You have no excuse now. This election has shown me one of the things is that it's shown everybody in a new light to me now. Where you can't say, well, we don't have the money for that. Well, you had the money for that bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no more excuses.
Mm-hmm.
Trump's president, we got to deal with his ass for 4 years, probably more the rest of our lives. Who knows what the hell he's going to do? Let's stop the bleeding and let's get shit together. Regardless if you like him or hate him, we got to deal with each other right now. So let's do what we can.
Absolutely. They need to tell them what the surgery actually is and the awful after effects, both male and female. I don't think trans is a fad. That's gone back to ancient history. However, I do think the whole binary thing is something my brain can wrap its head around. I'm not even gonna, because that's a whole new different topic, bro. That's a whole new different topic, and that's probably for another story because that to me that shit is ridiculous 100%. But we're going to get into the next topic over here, and I wanted to bring up a little video that was brought to my attention, and here it is.
Shit. So when you go to the doctor, think about it.
All of a sudden,
why do you get a physical? Yeah. Why would they want a physical? Why do you need to check on me, and then you can't even get your results back from the doctor unless you request it? Other people not attack. Motherfuckers is going to the doctor, getting just ordinary checkups, and they're not even telling you what's wrong with you. Yeah. They taking blood. Why are you taking my blood? And then what the fuck you need my blood for in a tube to send it to the lab to do what? For a physical. If I didn't come here and tell you something was wrong with me, why are you taking shit from me and then not even giving me the result? It's because they put you on a log. So now what happens is they might say, okay, this brother came in, he was 230 pounds, he got this type of blood type, and his heart is this healthy. So now when this rich ass white man comes say, I want to live, I don't want to die, they're going to say, well, match, kill him, car accident, take him. Because think about it, when you die, what's the first thing they do? An autopsy. What's an autopsy? Where they cut your sternum, your chest cavity open, and they remove shit out you. Now I got a question. If I get shot in the head, you know how I died. I got a bullet hole in my goddamn head. Why the fuck is you opening my chest up? Because when black people die, they take their organs. Melanin is the number one cash cow in America right now. Melanin is worth exactly $356 per gram.
More than gold.
That's right. Worth more than platinum, gold, silver, copper, anything that's
they're making us chase down the gold and platinum when the melanin is the one thing.
Now do the knowledge. If you want to add that up, 150-pound man on the scale of melanin is worth $28 million. So how much you weigh?
Go ahead, Roberta.
That's Ghetto 101. I'm giving you right there, yo. Ghetto 101. And tell me, because the reason why this video had a little effect on me, because I saw a little snippet from a documentary where, because of the ozone layer with the sun rays, what's happening now is the word is out that, we got to stock up on the melanin. And countries like Japan and somewhere else is recruiting black men to have kids over there.
Mm-hmm.
What he said about the blood thing is another thing that is very interesting, because I started doing some research on this, and supposedly there's a university in the States that could make melanin, artificial melanin. Now, in order to do that, wouldn't you need some to break it down to know exactly how it is you could duplicate it?
Yeah.
So they are taking black people's blood, and who knows what the fuck they're doing with that blood. Because, another video could be added to this video that are two separate topics, but all in the same ballgame. was another black man talking about how they say the white man is superior, the black man is inferior. But if you really look at everything the black man does, isn't he always number one? Singing, dancing, sports, science, inventions. He was fucking naming stuff, Nzo, and I was like, what? 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 We got something they want, man. See what he said? Melanin is worth how much?
A couple K, thousand, something like that.
200 or
Man,
300
come on
and
over. I can
something.
sell your ass real quick.
Yeah, nerd man.
Yeah.
Let's test your shit, see what it's worth. You know, I had did some research, like I said. You know, I was going to become Google smart, but the page I had unfortunately disappeared. Or let me see if it's right here. Go ahead, Nzo, talk, and I'll find that clip.
Fitness with D-Man said all lives. JG, go ahead. Your thoughts.
Yeah, it's no mystery that melanin's gold, man. It's other people have been jealous of us for shit since we probably met each other face to face, right? You know, you're right, brother. Like everything we touch, we turn to gold. And the powers that be knew that. Why you think we were slaves? You know why you think they did the things they did to us? Because they knew we were superior. In some way, shape, or form, we all have always been superior. Genetically, we're superior. That's just a fact, right? But you have to find some way to prove that we're inferior so you can have power. That's what they've always done. But we need information like this so we can just, hey, be woke, I guess I like to say. But yeah, it's surprising.
Yeah, I just found it here
more
now.
than that, but
It's the University of Northwestern, mimicking the natural melanin in the human skin. It can be topically applied.
University of
So you think they take the
Yeah,
bodies?
they
black bodies?
duplicated melanin, and it's in like the form of a cream, and you rub it in your skin. And another thing here, they're saying Africans and Indians have the highest total amount of melanin.
Well, you think about why you think they keep trying to put all these skin bleaching creams in our stores.
Yeah.
Right.
That was a fad in Jamaica for a long time. The bleaching.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a fad in Jamaica for a long time.
They want us to hate our blackness so bad. They want us to bleach our skin by the same time they're trying to steal our blackness. I mean, you see how many women who are non-black try to get into tanning beds? Right?
No, I agree with you 100%. You know what I mean? I agree with you 100%. It's that brown skin that they want. You know what I mean? That's.
I'll tell you this: when I was young, it was just as fucking hot, if not hotter, than it is now. I remember there was times I'd go to the pool and, you'd have to literally run from your towel to the water because the concrete was so hot. And we never put sunblock, man. I didn't even know what fucking sunblock was.
Facts.
My whole childhood, man.
Facts.
No sunblock. Lying in that 35-degree thing like bacon. Falling asleep in that sun, waking up and can't move because you're fried.
Facts. Brothers would tell me in the summertime, they'd be like, bro, you're so black, you're purple. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, you're so black, you're purple. Because I would just like darken up, boy. You turn off the lights and I smile. All you would see was teeth, right? Roberto's right. We've never had to worry about sunscreen and all that stuff. Oh, could you put the sunscreen on my back, please? What? You know what I mean? What the hell you need that for?
And again, I thought people were putting it on because I know the people that were putting it on to get a tan. I didn't need a tan. So what the fuck am I putting it on? But, meanwhile, it was a block. That was like, too much information because my parents never told me I had to put that on.
I never had one bottle of suntan lotion in my house in my life.
I thought it was just, not to be racist or anything. I just thought it was a white people thing. because some of
It
you guys turn red. You know,
Uh-huh.
you don't
And then
get dark. You just fucking burn and peel and blister.
that's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I mean? Like because my cousin, very light. You know what I mean? His father was black, but his mother was white. But he was more on the light skinned side. And
High yellow.
man, yeah, that dude would burn up, peel, red. You know what I mean?
Poor guy.
Shoulders
Poor
be
guy.
all red and everything. Like I ain't never experienced none of that. You know? The worst we got to
I got my
experience.
melanin shield, yo.
Roberto, the worst we had to worry about when we got out of that pool was the ashiness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like we didn't have suntan lotion. We had body lotion. You know what I mean? We had that Vaseline, that Carry cream, whatever.
Sometimes even baby oil.
Facts. Well, I don't know about baby oil.
And I know some brothers.
That was you. That was
I know
you,
some brothers that were putting on Vaseline. And again,
oh, yeah.
I ain't saying names, but you know, maybe their shit was super ashy that they put on cream and it just sucked it up. Because there's some guys, man, we call them flaky, boy.
Roberto
they got foul because you see pieces of their skin floating in the air and shit.
Roberto brought up the baby oil because that was Roberto, right? Roberto was always the buff guy back in the day. So he had to have that shine when he got out the
right
pool.
there with you,
know
Roberto.
What I mean?
Right there with you.
Hey, listen,
the pecs,
there's two things you can't do. You can't be ashy and you can't be smelly. Those
Facts.
are two golden rules. You just make sure you always got your deodorant on and you got your glistening on,
100%. But yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. And I think a lot of this, and even if you like go back to thinking about, the elites and stuff like that, this Oregon stuff has always been something. But I do agree with you. And that is a true statement where, I think it was either Japan or China, one of the two, where they were literally calling for black men to come over there and breed their women.
Get a home, all kinds of incentives. And some parts of Europe too.
I do
it. Well, I'm happily married, and
that's what I was gonna say. You're married, JG. We ain't doing that.
I mean, hey,
there should be an app or a website that when you're not, you can put your shit out there. I'm ready.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm ready. This is my qualifications. I can still hang.
I can still my seeds are still kicking. You know what I mean? They're
Listen,
still good.
We can at least try, right?
Facts. And if it works,
bonus.
I'll breed a couple of you, depending if the money's right. You know what I mean? I'll have like a harem. Okay, you next. You next.
Shoot, I multiply the whole town. Let's go.
Oh man. But yeah, at the same time, bro, like I said, you are absolutely right. I think they have taken stuff from us culture wise and all of that stuff for years,
Forever.
right?
Forever.
Yeah, for 100%. Like black people 100% down are the ones that people like, we're the trendsetters. It's just no denying that we are the trendsetters, remember when NWA came out and they started wearing the Raiders and the baseball caps and everything. Everybody started wearing the baseball caps and all of that.
As radical as crisscross. People started wearing their clothes backwards.
Yep. I remember that.
The baggy clothes was a thing. You know what I mean? Then they started doing and I hate it, but it's
I never followed that trend. I know which one you're talking about.
The skinny jeans crap came out.
No, I'm talking about showing off your briefs.
Oh, that too. The hanging. Yeah, that was horrible.
Never.
That was horrible.
I went through that phase, can't lie.
Now, like I said, some of the things they copied from us weren't weren't always great. Like you said, the hanging, I hated that style. It was so dumb. I did do it for a while, and my dad, but never as low, right? Now you see they're doing it like it's hanging like right off of the bottom of their ass, and I'm
the
like,
bottom of their ass. I see some of them the back of their knees. They're running for the bus like a fucking penguin, I can't understand that shit.
I can't stand somebody wear skinny jeans and sags. That makes no sense to me. What's the
That's
point of
Facts.
getting
like
skinny jeans? You're gonna do that. This makes no sense.
Facts.
the guy's
Y'all
name is
remember cross
Houdini.
colors? Yeah, Houdini. You remember? Absolutely remember cross colors, Danny. That and then that too, right? Like it was just like Roberto said it. It's always been like we've always been the trendsetters, and I'm not like trying to people. Oh, it's just a fact. We've always been the trendsetter. They've always copied our music, right? They've stolen our music. They've copied our styles. It's all of that. It's all of that. Why? Yeah, I know. When it comes to the skinny jean stuff, why? Absolutely not. So I agree with you, and it wouldn't be surprised me, like Nadia said earlier. There's some truth to definitely what he said, and yeah, I agree with it, 100%. Any thoughts on it, JG?
No, I said all I need to say. We know if he's dead in next month or so, we know he's telling the truth.
That's someone that probably it did just
They
brush
say he's
off
a
like it
idiot.
ain't
They're not
nothing.
gonna pay no attention.
For
Yeah, I got you.
real. And I said, bro, I had a closet full of cross-colored gear. Then next year it went out of style, and I was like, yeah, I know. It wasn't just cross colors; it was FUBU. Remember FUBU,
I
right?
still got. I remember that food shop I
Anzo was
wore my
sponsored by
freshman year.
Fubu. I swear to God, Anzo was sponsored by Fubu, man.
Did y'all guys ever do the
Hey,
one pants leg up?
absolutely, 100%.
Yep.
The LL Cool J style
LL
from in
Cool
the
J
house,
style, yeah.
from in the house. Yeah,
Only
yeah.
riding my bike.
The one fat leg up. Yep, I've done that too. 100%. Uh, the flat tops, the Gumbies, the Kwames where you just blonde the top of it. All of that shit. I did all of that shit. But I remember one time I had this FUBU shirt. This shit was a baby blue FUBU shirt. It said FUBU on the front. It was badass, bro. It was tight. So I remember one time I had this gal come check me, So she spent the night, whatever. Woke up in the morning and was like, "Oh, can I get a t-shirt?" I guess she wanted to wear a t-shirt to go home, right? So I was like, "Yeah, sure, no problem." So I went to my dresser and I was going through t-shirts and I grabbed one. It was an old one, but it wasn't, a cheap one. It was an old one, but she seen the FUBU one, and she said, "Oh, can I have that one?" And I was like, "Hell no, that's not happening." The next day when I went to go look for that shirt, it was gone.
She taxed it.
Yep.
For us, by us.
She jicked the shirt. I'm old school and I hate when I see guys with their pants hanging off their ass. Me too. Y'all remember Jinko jeans?
I ain't that old.
No.
That must be
Jinko
an
jeans?
American thing.
No.
Never heard
Yeah,
of that. I never heard of it.
definitely. But I know you remember Feroci jeans, Roberto.
Who?
The Feroci jeans?
Yeah.
Huh?
I never had them though.
You never had them? Oh yeah,
No.
we went crazy on them motherfuckers, bro. We would go to the store and you get them, they would have like leather on the pocket or suede on the side or some crap like that. Yeah, we used to go by. Do y'all remember black college hoodies? No. Black
What
college
is a
hoodies.
black college hoodie? A hoodie that black people wear in college?
That's what I'm saying. I know I don't remember.
You talk about those HBCU hoodies?
Isn't that just a hoodie in general? Are they special hoodies? Like they have two pockets?
Not an idea.
So
But
I do
Danny,
remember there was a phase
A
where
hoodie's
folks
a
were wearing
hoodie, yo.
HBCU colleges. They never went to in this war because it was a thing. I don't know if that's what he's talking about.
Jinko jeans were those super huge oversized jeans that blacks and had that were black and white stitching. I
Sound like
don't
some skater
remember.
stuff.
Yeah, I don't remember at all. But Danny, I got a few minutes left, and I think you might want to come in for this next and last topic that we got going on there. What about the high-tech boots?
No.
You forget we're Canadian, Danny.
Yeah, I know, right? High-tech boots? No, definitely not. Absolutely not. I remember
That sounds like something a construction worker would wear.
BKs, remember British Knights?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
British Knights.
A little bit before my time.
Was it Averex? The Averex shoes? No.
Averex, yeah. They were more clothes.
Yeah, Averex was that. No, the shoes though. They were called oh my God, I can't remember the name of these shoes. God Damn it. Frick, I'd have to remember the name, but yes, it's slipping me right now. British Knights, Averex jackets, the cross colors. Do you remember the click suits?
No. What the hell's
What?
that?
You don't
Click
remember the click
suits?
suits? Yeah, the suits that Craig and me used to have, the black, they were like Jamaican suits there. The click suits. They had the matching sweater and the pants to it.
Did they right
Jamaican
click on it?
colors.
Why
Yeah,
click? Is that the name,
yeah,
the brand?
yeah, that was the name of it. Yeah, click suit.
No.
Wow.
We're
Let me see
different
if I can find
generations,
it.
Anzo.
Yeah, but this was what we used to wear them when we used to hang out with you, when we used to come to Soul Heaven and those kind of things, you
I
know?
was I never owned anything called Click. Doesn't ring a bell. Clinique, maybe?
Nah.
Click, huh?
Yeah, Jamaican. It was like a Jamaican thing, you know what I mean? Shit. And I can't find it on here. Yeah, this is one of them. This is actually one of them. Hold on. Damn it, where's the tab? Here.
Excuse me.
That one there in the corner.
The hell?
The guy walking away?
Yeah.
That stain on the back of what is that?
No, it's just it's not
He
a
started
thing.
himself.
It's just the way the picture is because it's a bad picture. But it was like a matching suit, right? It had the jacket, the pants. You can see it had the leather
Oh,
on
I've
top
seen them.
here.
Yeah, okay.
And you can see he's wearing Bali boots as well. You remember Bali's, Roberto?
Yeah, I remember
And
Bally's, but those
and
suits,
Clark's.
I never had one of them suits.
Danny's sending a text here. The boots he's wearing, they were about. It's a Bobby Brown video. I'll try and show it in a second. But yeah, let's see here. Let's go to this one. What about Ruse? Shoes with pockets on the tongue. On the show, they were on the show where you could store a couple of quarters. What about Ruse? Nope, don't know about Ruse. Sorry. I've decided to let go with what's coming in. I didn't vote for it, but I have no control over it. I got you. Freaking Reebok pumps, man. Yeah, I remember the Reebok pumps. Definitely. Definitely
Remember the
100%.
Y bars?
No.
You see? Tell you different times. The
No.
Y bars was Converse. They had the Worthies, they had the Larry Birds, they had the Magic Johnsons.
Interesting.
I wouldn't even concede yet.
Go Google Y bar Converse. You'll see them. The Lakers ones were actually nice. Magic Johnsons.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking
Remember
about.
those?
Yeah, I was never a fan of Converse shoes.
No, those were huge. If we're going back in the day, those shoes took off big time.
I got you.
And Converse never really had a basketball shoe again.
I got you. Reebok pumped is what D Brown did when he won the slam dunk contest. Yeah, he pumped up his shoe.
His fake covering his eyes.
Yeah.
Our mustache, you know?
So last topic we got in here before we close it out tonight is going to be this Friday. We are finally going to get Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. And I want to know what you guys are thinking about what's going to happen with this fight. Roberto.
I think it's going to be like a circus. It's
Really?
going to be, it's already pre-sketched. They're going over their shit now, you know. Tyson's going to come out strong, and sure enough, his age is going to play a role, and Paul's going to knock him down, and they're going to hug and get their fucking multi-billion millions and go party.
Okay, so you think Tyson is going to lose?
Yep.
Ooh. JG?
As much as I'd like to see him come with, like, you know, the video game, I'd love to see that, because this Jake Paul's been making a mockery of the fucking boxing world. I'd like to see him eat one.
He did eat one. Tyson Fury beat him up, or one of those Fury brothers.
He lost, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That didn't get much play.
He lost to him. Oh yeah, I watched the fight. Yeah, I got play.
No, meaning like they show the highlights over and over, but when he wins, they'll fucking show you all kinds.
Yeah. JG, what do you think?
Man, I pray that Mike Tyson doesn't lose, just for the sake of boxing in general, right? Because it's.
Let him keep his dignity.
I got a feeling. No, what's the name? Jake Paul, Logan, whatever. Paul. He's gonna.
Jake Paul.
Yeah, Jake Paul. He's gonna have some flurries, and it's gonna look good. But I hope Tyson gets one of those hooks, uppercut, game over, knockdown, done with it. But all that money involved, man, I wouldn't be surprised if Paul wins.
God damn.
If he went in it, go ahead, Nzo.
No, I was going to say Tyson's not supposed to lose that fight, but go ahead, Roberto.
Not supposed to.
If he went into this fight with like a Mayweather attitude, then I would say he's going to fucking knock Paul out. You know, Tyson's not being cocky. I saw the last thing on the stage. He's laughing and pushing him. They're pushing each other and laughing. I don't want to see that shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you say, Tyson, when you're in the ring, you're a monster. You want to bite kids' heads off and all of that. That's the Tyson we want to see. We don't want to
hear him sit there and say, I want to hear him say, I'm going to make you fuck you like you love me, bitch. That's all I want to hear him say. That's Tyson I remember.
Tyson has said,
suspect, but still.
No, Tyson has. I think it was when the fight was first announced, Tyson was really going off on it. But after he had that incident where I think it was something, he had something flared up where they had to postpone the fight. After that, he's been a little bit more, like you said, like, you know, laughing, joking and stuff
French
like that.
shit.
But the first Danny said, "Did y'all see the reception Clay got when he came back to Oakland to play?"
Yeah,
for
that
Warriors?
was crazy.
Yeah, nobody cares. Yeah, nobody cares about that. Like,
no, but that was crazy, Anzo. I never seen that to that level.
Yeah, no one cares about that. So I wouldn't doubt that it leads to Tyson Logan Paul at WrestleMania next year. Yeah, I doubt Tyson will go into wrestling. I really do. But if Tyson loses, does that ruin his legacy?
To me, not ruined, but it's a scar. Because, you know, one of my favorite boxers didn't know when to say when, and he fucking ruined his career. You know what I'm talking about?
No. I have a feeling you're talking about
he was a
Roy
pound
Jones.
Pound. Roy, thank you very much. Roy Jones was one of my favorite boxers.
Mm-hmm.
But when he, you know, they're talking about he never really fought anybody, blah, blah, blah. It's not his fault that he was so skilled. But when, you know, he started having money issues and he kept coming back and losing to people who shouldn't even be in the ring with him, that's a disgrace, man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I agree.
For the levels that he reached, that's a disgrace. And I feel Mike Tyson's the same way. Mike Tyson is known as a beast and ferocious, and when he gets in the ring, it doesn't matter. He'll say and do Trump shit, you know? But it's entertaining. And now if he's going to go in there and think he's going to box and give us a show, no, tear him apart like Tyson would do, man. Shouldn't go 2 rounds.
Like no, man, he can knock me out right now. I would not care.
For that kind of money, legacy doesn't matter. Yeah, but here's the thing, right? And I think we're all saying this, Tyson doesn't have as much money as he used to, 100%. You know what I mean? He's been struggling money, but his book and his tour did really well. So he's not as.
And his weed thing is doing extremely well.
Oh, 100%. So he's not as broke as we think he is. I honestly believe Tyson cares more about his legacy than he does about the money.
I'm hoping he does, Nzo. I really am.
You know what I mean? So if he does, then I don't see him going out just because there's money involved in there. But that's what it has to be. Because when Tyson talks about boxing, like other boxers and stuff like that, you can tell he still has that passion for it. So I really don't, and I hope that it's not just a money cash grab for him. You know? I hope he really wants to knock the shit out of Jake Paul, because if he gets knocked out, I don't know if I'm going to look at Tyson the same way. I really
let it be a typical Mike Tyson fight, man.
Yeah.
Minute and a half, fight's over.
Yeah. Tyson catches
No?
him, boom, it's over. 100%.
Uppercut. Wham, wham! Fight
Mhm.
over.
Mm-hmm.
And he says,
Remember?
man, I pushed my luck. That's exactly what I want to hear Jake Paul say. I pushed my luck. Who was I thinking I could fight this man? Enough respect, Tyson.
Mm-hmm.
And then drop the mic.
But you remember, Tyson had that exhibition match with Roy Jones, and Tyson kind of looked good, but Roy Jones didn't look good at all. And Tyson had an issue with him.
Really, huh?
Well, Roy
Yeah.
Jones is such an unorthodox fighter. He's different. So anybody, even if it's
Oh,
worse,
he's
will have
washed
a little
up,
trouble with
JP.
him.
I'm
That's what
talking
I'm
washed
saying.
up.
Oh, he's washed, but like I say, he's unorthodox. He's not a traditional fighter. Tyson used to fight traditional kind of fighter guys, like a Jake Paul. But 500 mil on the table. If he takes a dive, I wouldn't fault him for it. I wouldn't look at him the same way, but I wouldn't fault him.
But like I said, like when we were backstage, right? 58. Tyson is 58. Now it's Tyson, but if you put a young guy who has somewhat of a skill level, because Jake Paul does have somewhat of a skill level, and I hate to give him that credit, but he does, against a 58-year-old, he's not supposed to lose.
He's 58, Mike. He's 58-year-old Mike Tyson, not 58-year-old Roberto Mendez. And
No, I get it.
Even I would be trying to punch his beard off his face. But imagine Mike Tyson. Like, did you see this old man spar? If he gets 30 seconds in that corner with a couple of body shots and an uppercut, he doesn't need to go 3 rounds, Nzo.
Yeah, but that video you're talking about is very old.
No, it's not the old one. It's not the old one.
I know because
we talked about that old one, and you were right, but it's not the same one.
No, but even there was one that I just seen today. That don't look Tyson. That don't look Tyson, and that was today. That was today because it looked like it was in the Netflix studios where they're gonna have the fight. That didn't look like Tyson, bro. I'm sorry. He's 58. His speed is going to be nothing compared to what it used to be, right? His stamina is not going to be strong either, and he never really had great stamina either. So
you're comparing him to typical 58-year-olds. We are a different breed. This new old man or old men we are. I'm going to be 59. And I'm still playing hockey with 19-year-olds who are telling me I beat you on a play. I mean, I'm nowhere near the skill set of a Tyson, let alone a 19-year-old. But yet I could still manage.
Yeah, but you never stopped playing hockey, though. Tyson stopped boxing for years. That means
he never
training.
stops training. He stopped boxing, but he never stopped training.
Yeah, but he was never training as hard as he was doing now, Roberto.
Nzo, when you're a boxer, and for him to be in that shape that he is, because he was a thick guy to begin with, he still has definition. For a 58-year-old, he's still in good shape. You have to maintain that, because when you let that go at that age, you don't fucking get it back. You don't see
I get it, but he's doing regular training. He's not doing stamina training when he's training. He's not doing all of those things that you do when you have to be a boxer, right? He's doing regular training. Huh?
He's fighting Jake Paul. He's not fighting Sugar Ray Leonard.
Yeah, but Jake
Paul is a good boxer, but come on, man. It's not in the same league, Nzo.
Yeah, but Jake Paul's not a slouch, though.
But they're not in the same league.
Right, maybe not, but when you factor the age and you factor, you know what I mean? Like,
you want to put money on this?
That puts it even. I'm not gonna put money on it because I don't know if it's a scam or not. But I'm
If
telling.
it was a scam, there's no way the scam is for Tyson to win.
That's what
the scam is for Jake Paul to win. I'm putting money on Tyson.
Right, but I'm saying if it's a scam and Tyson loses, you know what I mean? I'm not putting money on Jake Paul to beat Tyson. I'm saying that when you put it all together, there is no way Tyson should be able to beat Jake Paul. I'm sorry, it's just not going to happen. If this boxing match goes past 6 rounds, Tyson is going to be exhausted.
But you know what, Nzo? Even in Tyson's prime, you didn't want him to go past 3 rounds.
Because he couldn't. Exactly.
Yes. Right. So that's why I'm saying if he goes in there and comes with early in the fight with Tyson power because he could still pop, huh?
Do you remember Tyson's last fight? He fought a nobody and got his ass whipped. A white boy, a nobody, and got his ass whipped. And that's when he was training. And that was like 10, 15 years ago, if not longer. His last fight, he got his ass whooped. Now we're talking about a 58-year-old Tyson who hasn't been training. And JG, I may not know, but I am telling you, because if you're not training, if you don't have boxing mats that you're training for every year, you're not going to train as hard as you are. Right? It's just not. You may train to keep yourself in shape and stuff like that, but to go out there and do the training that you need to do to be a boxer, I don't see Tyson doing that at his age. So I'm saying, so you go and look at this last fight. Just Google it. Google Tyson. Tyson will even tell you, like in his documentary, that he was nowhere, like his last fight was horrible. Now you're going into a match with a younger dude. He's like 20 years younger than you. After 6 rounds, Tyson is going to be gassed. Tyson will need to knock this guy out within the first 3 to 4 rounds.
I even say 2 to 3 rounds, to be honest.
Right. If it goes any further than that, Tyson's going to be in trouble.
Yeah, I won't argue with you that. I'm not saying he could make it stamina wise. I'm just saying in that first 2 rounds, he could still do damage.
Of course. I'm not saying he
And
can't.
that's what he's got to hope for.
Yes,
that's what he's really got to hope for.
100%. I'm not saying he can't.
Okay,
Tyson
well, it's clear. I agree with you because he ain't lasting past 3 rounds. That's what I'll say.
Right. And even his fight with Roy Jones, those fights were 2-minute rounds. They weren't 3 minutes, right? So he did a 5-round fight with, I think it was 5 or 6 rounds with Roy Jones, and they were 2-minute each, not the standard 3-minute. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to put Tyson's age into a factor here. We really do. And I do agree with you that if Tyson is going in there with the legit that this is a boxing match and he loses, I think it's going to really tarnish his legacy. I really do.
Well, people are going to lose respect for him. That's for sure. I don't
100%.
Because everybody's so money oriented. I'll sell my soul for money. I don't give a shit about my name for money. Everybody is so fucking money hungry. They'll do anything.
Absolutely.
Anything.
JG, go ahead, JG.
Look, this is one of my boxing idols. If he goes down to Jake Paul, I couldn't live with myself after that. I would not watch boxing anymore. I can't. So I'm sick of Jake Paul making a mockery of the sport.
Me too.
I'm sick of it. It's almost like he took the cheat way out to get to where he is, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like Randy Orton in a way, right? Where they call him the legend killer. He's fighting all these older guys just out there to get a check. And he's making a living off that. That's how I see Jake Paul, right? Just a guy going out there. Yeah, you're skilled as an amateur fighter, but you ain't going toe-to-toe with the real deal guys who live and breathe boxing.
I agree.
You're not
but I think that's the problem, is that boxing is a dying sport. You know what I mean? Like, who's the heavyweight champion now, Roberto?
Hell if I know.
That's what I'm saying, right? There was never a time where we didn't know who the heavyweight champion was. Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson. We even fucking knew Buster Douglas's name. You know what I'm saying?
Holyfield, Lennox Lewis.
Right? So that's the thing. So yes, I agree with you. I don't think there's enough boxers out there that, and even if there were, he probably wouldn't want to challenge them anyways, because it would show that he's, like you said, an amateur boxer. He does got skills, but he's not going to box anybody that's a real lifetime doing this for life boxer. All right. And Tyson, I guess, is the closest he can get. But again, you should have had this boxing match with Tyson when he was 50. You know what I mean?
It's funny you say that. When's the last time there's been a boxing pay-per-view?
There are some. Yeah, there are some.
Was it Fury Tyson?
Tyson.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah, well, that's the last one I remember. Fury.
That's what, 3-4 years ago?
What's his name?
I believe there was one a year ago. I don't remember who it was, but I believe there was.
There would be like 4 or 5 every year.
Oh yeah,
what's the other guy?
Yeah.
Giovanni Davis.
Yeah,
That's what I
yeah,
remember seeing.
yeah. Giovanni Davis and stuff like that. It's the same. Tyson can't advertise certain products. Purdue and Tyson are the top two chicken producers in the U.S. I have Purdue make Tyson chicken nuggets from Purdue, confusing Tyson's customers. Really? He's doing the same thing his brother has been doing in the WWE. And don't listen to Cole. Logan Paul is a great wrestler. WWE rise. Yeah. Eh. I've seen some of his matches. He got skills. He can do it. I can't deny that. I don't know if he's a great. I haven't watched enough of him to say he's a really good wrestler. But I seen him do some stuff that was pretty good. But that's what I'm saying. We're gonna find out Friday night. I don't know if it's going to be a stream, but I'm definitely going to do a little watch party here backstage. Anybody wants to come in and just hang out and watch it with us, I'm going to do that absolutely because I think it's going to be very interesting. I hope Tyson doesn't lose. I really don't, but we'll see what happens. Roberto,
This fight's when? Friday night?
Friday night, yes, sir.
And then Saturday night's the Bones Jones fight.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's a
So,
good weekend.
absolutely. Tell the people where they can find you, brother.
Right here, Wednesday nights, 9 o'clock with my boys them. Saturday, Square One with Big Danny and my boys them, Mr. Chris.
JG, you know what to do. Send us home.
JG Shaolin Terrific, the undefeated, undisputed final boss of the 36 Chambers of Shaolin. Wire. Thank you all for coming in, tuning into this fire stream Wednesday night on the O.O.C with the host Nzo, aka the Abbot and the Osiris of the shit, the Spliff King, and the Professor of Gunja, alongside the host Roberto, aka Mr. 100, aka No Trouble Did Anything Gonna Be Irie. No woman, no cry. And Friday night tournaments when we do them, you catch us there. And Saturday, Square One with the host Danny, the amazing, the outstanding, the charismatic, always man of the hour. Dr. Sage the illest because he suffers from realness. If you smell what Danny is cooking. And
Yes.
coming soon, prime time with Superwise, my brother from another mother. El Principe de Nueva York. We do the Creature Commando watch parties.
When's that start, JG?
December, I think.
Oh yeah. Okay, so we got that coming in December. We got What If season 3 coming in December too. So it looks like we're gonna get some good content in December. And Roberto,
Yo.
when you watch those last 2 episodes of From, holler at me. Especially the last one, holler at me. Because I have a feeling you're gonna be like, what the fuck? Trust me. With that being said, guys, I am Bigger Ford Entertainment. Thank you very much for popping up. Make sure you check me out on Saturday where I will be doing the From Watch Party for episode 9. We have 2 episodes left, and I think they are going to be a banger. Tomorrow night, I will be on Julie B Deep Dives. We will be talking about the episode that just passed. Tuesday night, we will be doing the review of episode 9 of From. And then we will be back here again on Wednesday night for the O.O.C. And there probably won't be a tournament this weekend because we're going to be watching that Tyson fight. So I appreciate that 100%. Squid Game 2 is coming in December too. I can't wait for that. I can't wait for that. Yeah. You seen the first Squid Game, Roberto?
Of course.
Fire, eh?
Yeah.
Can't wait.
I can't. Yeah, I can't wait for season 2. Good show. Thank you, Shifty. Much appreciated. This show and that show, both of them. Appreciate them. Appreciate it. Thank you, everybody that popped in again. We will be here. It's gonna be a great one, and we're always. It's always a pleasure to come and hang out with you guys and do this thing. With that being said, peace, love, and hair. See you on the next one.